Bitcoin has long been hailed as digital gold, a decentralized, censorship-resistant store of value. But despite its strengths, it faces some serious limitations when it comes to scalability, programmability, and transaction speed. Enter Layer 2 solutions, the battleground for innovation aiming to push Bitcoin beyond its original design. In this showdown, we take a closer look at the biggest names in Bitcoin Layer 2's, the Lightning Network, Stacks, and a few lesser-known but promising contenders. Each of these approaches offers a unique vision for Bitcoin's future. But which one will dominate, and more importantly, what does it mean for the average user? Let's start with the Lightning Network, arguably the most well-known Bitcoin Layer 2. It was built to address one major pain point: scalability. On-chain Bitcoin transactions are slow and expensive, making microtransactions nearly impossible. The Lightning Network solves this by creating off-chain payment channels between users. Instead of every transaction being recorded on the blockchain, only the opening and closing balances of these channels are settled on-chain. The result? Near-instant payments, significantly lower fees, and a potential for Bitcoin to be used in everyday commerce. Lightning has already seen adoption across wallets, exchanges, and even small businesses. It's fast, it's efficient, and it aligns closely with Bitcoin's original ethos of decentralization. But it's not without issues. Channel management can be complicated, routing payments isn't always reliable, and the user experience still feels clunky for non-technical users. Plus, Lightning is strictly about payments. Don't expect to run smart contracts or build apps with it. It's great for sending money, but that's about it. Now shift your attention to Stacks, a very different take on extending Bitcoin's capabilities. Stacks isn't focused solely on faster payments, it's a full-blown smart contract platform secured by Bitcoin. How does it work? Through a unique mechanism called proof of transfer, Stacks uses Bitcoin security to anchor its own blockchain. Developers can write smart contracts in Clarity, a purpose-built language designed for predictability and security. With Stacks, you can build DeFi, NFT, DAO, and much more while anchored to the Bitcoin chain. Stacks sees Bitcoin not just as money, but as the foundation for an entirely new ecosystem. And the approach is gaining attention. Protocols are being built, users are minting NFTs, and new apps are launching. But there are trade-offs. Transactions on Stacks aren't instant, and its use of a separate chain introduces additional complexity. It also relies on economic incentives to sync with Bitcoin, which purists argue weakens its alignment with Bitcoin's base layer. So on one side, Lightning keeps things lightweight and payment-focused. On the other, Stacks offers expressiveness and programmability at the cost of simplicity. But they're not the only players in the game. Rollups on Bitcoin, yes, that's becoming a thing too. Borrowing from the Ethereum world, projects like Zatrier and BitVM are exploring how to bring zero-knowledge proofs and rollup technology to Bitcoin. The idea is to compress multiple transactions into a single proof, which then gets verified on Bitcoin's main chain. This could massively improve scalability and unlock new use cases like smart contracts and gaming, all without changing Bitcoin itself. There's also RSK, or Rootstock, which acts as a sidechain to Bitcoin and brings Ethereum-compatible smart contracts into the Bitcoin world. It uses merge mining, meaning Bitcoin miners can mine RSK blocks simultaneously. This helps RSK inherit Bitcoin's security to some extent. But like Stacks, RSK introduces a separate chain and requires trust in different components. It's more flexible than Lightning and more mature than some of the newer rollup experiments, but it hasn't seen as much traction or developer mindshare. Then there's Liquid Network by Blockstream. Liquid is a federated sidechain designed for fast, confidential transactions ideal for exchanges and traders. It uses a group of trusted functionaries to validate transactions. This makes it faster but less decentralized. Liquid isn't competing with Lightning or Stacks for consumer-level adoption, it's more of a B2B layer tailored for high-speed financial operations. And now, even BitVM, short for Bitcoin Virtual Machine, is emerging as a research concept. It promises the ability to execute arbitrary computations on Bitcoin without requiring a hard fork. This could be the holy grail, full programmability secured directly by Bitcoin's consensus. But it's early. BitVM is still in development, and its real-world implications are yet to be tested. So what does all this mean? It means Bitcoin's future is no longer just about HOD ling or being digital gold. It's becoming programmable, scalable, dynamic. Lightning Network offers speed and low fees, perfect for real-world transactions and micropayments. Stacks brings the app's smart contracts and Web3 to Bitcoin. Rollups promise the power of compression and privacy without compromising decentralization. RSK and Liquid offer hybrid solutions for developers and institutions. There is no one-size-fits-all. The ecosystem is fragmenting into use case-specific layers. For everyday users wanting fast, cheap payments, Lightning is the go-to. For developers seeking to build decentralized apps with Bitcoin-level security, Stacks might be the answer. And for institutions, Liquid provides confidential and efficient settlement rails. But the battle isn't just technical, it's ideological. Some Bitcoin maximalists believe that anything beyond base layer Bitcoin is unnecessary or even harmful. Others see layer 2s as essential for long-term growth and adoption. The tension is real, and it's shaping how the ecosystem evolves. What's clear is that we're witnessing a transformation. Bitcoin is no longer just a passive asset, it's becoming a platform. A canvas. A launchpad for new financial tools, decentralized applications, and innovative solutions that preserve Bitcoin's core values while pushing its boundaries. The coming years will be critical. As more users and developers flock to Bitcoin's layer 2s, the market will decide which solutions scale, which ones fail, and which ones define the next era of Bitcoin. Whether you're a trader, developer, or just a curious enthusiast, this showdown is more than just a tech battle, it's a glimpse into the future of digital sovereignty. So buckle up. The Bitcoin Layer 2 war has only just begun.